Hey guys, Zeromus555 here. I am not dead, I'm still alive. Still playing the game, just have been really busy. You guys probably don't really care, but yeah, just working a new job. Finally got my health issues under control, and I don't know, I feel like now is the time to finally do another deck profile. It's been such a long time. But yeah, I mean, I want to get back into doing videos. I miss you guys. I miss uploading content. I miss testing out different decks. And you guys know I'm never really playing top tier. I'm always playing low tier. So anyways, as you can see, this is Subterrors. I got all the rest of the new support. This is kind of the build I'll be playtesting a bit. It's still not perfect. I still have some cards I kind of want to fiddle around with. But ultimately, this is the build that I'm liking. So yeah, anyways, without further ado, let's get on with it. So, starting things off, just 2 Ultramafus. I've seen some people cutting this down to 1. I don't think that's right. I think this is actually the best Subterror with the new trap card. It just Book of Eclipses your opponent's entire board, and it's really easy to do that during your opponent's turn now, which is just super powerful. He's also one of the biggest Subterrors with 3,000 attack, and with the new trap card as well, he's up to 4,800. So that's really, really strong. So yeah, just 2 Ultramafus. I'm kind of tempted to play 3, but I think that 2 is the right number. Next up, in my opinion, the best Subterror Behemoth, which is Stalagmo. I've also seen a lot of people just playing 2 of this. I think that's wrong as well. This is the best Behemoth. He gets to your deck. He gets your warrior into the graveyard. He's super strong. He's 4,900 with the trap card, which is really powerful. He's 2,800 by himself, and you can overlay 2 of them into rank 10 plays and make either of the what do you call them? The big train, the super dreadnoughts. I can't think of what they're called. So yeah, this card I think is a staple 3 of. It's just super powerful. It's also level 10, like I said, so it helps with summoning out Tarotrei, which, yes, I am still playing. I still think the Prediction Princess engine, because if you open pre-prep in the field spell, it's just super powerful, but I'll get into that later. Still playing 2 Umastryx. I've seen a couple people bump this down to 1. This is probably the 3rd best Subterror, but I think that you should play 2. I feel like 1's not enough. Just the Banishing is really powerful. It gives you a bit of removal, and the fact that he does go up to 47, which isn't huge with the trap card, of course, compared to the other 2, but it's just the fact that he gives you some removal. He does have the biggest booty out of all the Subterrors I play too, so that does come in handy from time to time. Then I am playing 1 Stygokraken. I'm not really a huge fan of this card, but I feel like he's really good now with the trap card. And I mean, like, he's decent with Fiendess as well, just because, like, Fiendess plus Warrior can get this out. So, I mean, it gives you something if that play does come up. You can also play Zulkin in the extra deck, or rank 5s with this guy, which is kind of neat too. So yeah, I don't think you need 2. I think 1's just fine. You're never really going to want to get more than him on the board at a time, just because he's only 1,400 attack. So he's mainly there just for baiting out back rows at the start of your turn, which is really strong. So that's it for the Behemoths. So it's 9 Behemoths. Hope I didn't bump that there. Nope. So moving on, next we have the 1, 2, 3 Nemesis Warrior. I've been really back and forth in this card. Like, I feel like 2 is okay, but I mean, some people are just like, oh, this card's too strong, you want to open it. And I can kind of understand that now, just because, like, even with, like, if you open this in Instant Fusion, it's good too, because you can kind of go into your plays. But ultimately, I think that this card is a 3 of. I think you can play 2 in a Rota, but I just don't like playing only 2 Rota targets, because if you don't draw a Rota and then you get both these out of the deck, which you're going to be thinning really fast now because of Fiendess and everything else, that I feel like 3, just play 3 of him is really good. It also opens up just little nice rank 4 possibilities, and he just keeps recurring from the graveyard. Now, one thing I do want to say, like, some of you may be asking, like, oh, why aren't you playing any of the new Behemoths? So I'm just going to talk about them a little bit. I don't think that for the Behemoths, the level 9 guy is worth playing. Some people are like, oh, it's worth playing because then you can play Lithosagum and make the... where the frick is he? I have one right here somewhere. True King. XYZ, but I feel like as powerful as this card is, you're just kind of adding inconsistencies to your deck. And I do think that Lithosagam, I hate that guy's name, is a really strong card, but at the end of the day, I don't really know if it's good enough to play. Like, I feel like the deck is just very consistent now, thanks to Fiendess, because she just solves a lot of the issues the deck has along with the trap card. So, and I also don't like either of the new guys. I think the one that dumps from the deck is okay. You know, I see some people playing, like, there's a combo you can do with him and Warrior, and then you end with, like, Glow Up or a Naturia Beast. But I just don't want to play Glow Up Ball because I feel like it's just another card I could draw that is dead, and I just don't like that. I want to make it so every card in this deck, because it is very much a combo deck, I want to make it so every card in this deck is potentially getting me to my plays. So I think that's really important. Yeah, then the other behemoths just suck, I think. They're not really that great. I'm still playing 2 archers, so I've seen a lot of people cutting this, saying that's not worth playing. I still think it's really powerful, just for the fact that its secondary effect that a lot of people forget about, the damage step effect, or sorry, first effect, is really, really strong. The fact that you can just bounce stuff back to the deck, and I mean, that combos obviously really well with Ultramafus. The other thing about it too is it just adds more consistency to the deck, because honestly, you're not always going to have Fiendess. Like, she's not always going to be your first thing to go to. So I just feel like it's just a little bit more consistency. She's still a really good card, like a floater that goes into any really big monster is really powerful. And I mean, it's also just the fact that her with Final Battle is really strong too, because if they kill her, you get out of Subterror, and then you can just like Final Battle it right away. You don't have to wait for your opponent to attack or anything like that. So, I mean, she can just crash, and then, she's 1600. So yeah, I still think she's a really solid card. I think 2's like the right number. So the new broken card is Triple Fiendess. I was able to pick up a play set of these at the sneak peek, which was really nice. This card is so good. It's hilarious because when Brendan was playing this deck before me, I was telling him, I was like, what Subterrors really need is the level 1 needs to be able to special something from the graveyard, and it has to be able to book a moon itself. Graveyard or hand. And of course, that's what they ended up giving it, which was awesome. So now you can play 1 for 1 in the deck. It specials any Subterror monster from the graveyard or your hand by flipping itself or another Subterror. Super, super strong. And then, I mean, it also has that amazing negate effect, which is just so powerful. It doesn't destroy, but I mean, still being able to negate an effect or a card's effect is just so good. It's just, this is what the deck needed, and I'm so happy that we got it. I'm really excited to test this deck more and just play around with it, because this card just, in my opinion, makes the deck like actually competitive. Just super, super powerful card. Plus it's 800, and we all know how those 800 value Neptibus pokes work. You can win a lot of games Cowboy. So that's it for the regular Subterrors, and then I am playing 2 Tarotrays still. I am playing this, like some people might be like, oh, you don't need to play it anymore. I still think you do, just for the pure fact that this card is still really powerful. It's a Book of Moon on legs. It's 2700 attack. It's just a combo extender, and I feel like if you open the field spell plus pre-prep, it's a +1, and it's a really strong +1. And I mean, at that point, you haven't even normal summoned yet. Like, you still would be able to summon Fiendess and other things. Like, it's just so good. Like, I feel like not playing Tarotrei in this deck is a mistake. We'll see, though. Maybe I'll change my mind and take the whole, because it's a 7-card engine. And that's one thing I know a lot of people have been complaining about, is like, if you play the Prediction Princess engine, it's a 7-card engine, and that's 7 cards that you could be potentially putting into trap cards or other protection. But to me, this card is just so powerful. You can soul charge it back, and at the end of the day, I feel personally like it adds a ton of consistency to the deck. And the last monster is 1 Maxx. So I think altogether that's 20 monsters. So on to the spells. We have now the money card for the set, or for the deck, I should say. Triple Hidden City, I was able to get these for like 11 each, and now they're like going for 20 to 25, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, this is the heart and soul of the deck. You really want to get to this card. I've seen a lot of deck replays of people showcasing the deck where they, like, every single replay is them opening Hidden City. But I think that's another reason why Tarotrei is also very important, because if you can't get to Hidden City for some reason, you need to have some kind of like backup play, and I feel like Tarotrei really helps with that. And like this card's amazing. Like the fact that you can just play one on top of another one the next turn and get another search is just super powerful. But I mean, we're going to be moving into a format here where there's going to be a lot of spell and trap destruction because of the True Kings. So this card can really be detrimental in the sense that your opponent's going to hit it, so you don't want to rely on it too much. And I think that's a mistake a lot of players and builds I've noticed are making. But I mean, the deck's really just now in its full power, so we'll see what happens in the next few months if somebody figures out some way to break it that I'm not aware of. Then the triple terraforming to get into it. I can see this card. I've been saying this for months now. I can see this card getting limited at some point. So triple instant fusion. This is another card that once again extends your combo plays, and it also can help the deck get rolling, which is obviously really, really important, just for the fact that obviously you can brick really bad with this deck. So you have 4 instant fusion targets. So I played 2 Raijin. See if we can see these here. So 2 Raijin. He's your combo starter card. So basically you can just instant fusion him out, activate his effect to book him down, and then he won't die at the end phase of from instant fusion, which is really cool too. So if he survives and he's got 2400 defense, you can flip him up, and then next turn you have another Book of Moon monster in the field. So that's pretty nasty. But basically you can just use his effect on himself, flip him down, and then you can start specialing your sub-terrors from your hand. So he just kind of gets the deck rolling. We also have the 1 Sea Monster of Theseus. So you could play Zolkin in this deck because you can synchro with this guy and Stygokraken and Zolkin. And then the trap card, since it keeps resetting itself, does actually count for activating Zolkin's effect. So that's insane. I don't have Zolkin, but I will be playing it in my build, just heads up. So yeah, that's something definitely to keep in mind. You can also synchro with this guy and Warrior into Vermilion Dragon Mech, which is actually relevant because he is still like a pop. He's level 9, and then you could overlay, if you wanted to, him and a Princess Tarotrei in a rank 9. I'm not playing anything like that, but I mean, those plays could definitely be there. So yeah, I think Theseus is definitely a must-have. Plus, like I say, he's level 5, so you could overlay him for rank 5s if you wanted to as well. Then of course the 1 Norden, just because this can, like say you have Warrior on the board and you have like a, what the heck's she called? A Archer in the graveyard. You can like Norden, special the Archer, and then overlay the Norden and the Warrior into like a rank 4. The Archer will stay, so you have a float. Otherwise, yeah, I mean, you could just, Norden and then special back Warrior, make a rank 4. But yeah, just really cool things like that. I feel like instant fusion is just a 3 of necessity in this deck. So yeah, the 3 pre-preps. I think this card's too strong not to play in this deck. Like I'm playing 3 because you want to see it. You want to open it. Opening it and terraforming, or it in Hidden City, was really the only good play this deck had prior to the new support. So I think that this is still really powerful. We'll see. Like I said, I may end up taking out the Prediction Princess engine. Still testing it for right now. In my mind, it seems really good, but I mean, when I start testing more and more, it may seem not as optimal. And then with that, I'm playing the 2 rituals. So it's basically just two rituals, 2 Tarotrei, then the 3 pre-prep, like I said. Yeah, I mean, these can be dead too. Like, if you open, like, one of these and nothing else, it sucks. But, I mean, worst case scenario, you can always just set it, and if they pop it, you can banish it next turn and, like, search out a Tarotrei. So it gets you kind of closer. But, yeah, I mean, other than that, like, if you open 2 of these, you pretty much just lose the game. So that's something to keep in mind, too, that this engine can be a little detrimental. But, like I said, I just feel like pre-prep is just too strong in this deck not to play. 1-for-1's now really busted in this deck because you can pitch any one of the Behemoths and then special it back off of the Fiendess that you special summon. So that's really neat. Definitely something to keep in mind. I mean, it gets the deck kind of rolling, which is cool. So I definitely think this is a staple. And 1 Soul Charge. This is one of the best cards in the deck. This deck just goes through your cards so fast. It can special back Tarotrei if it was summoned successfully. It can special back a bunch of the Behemoths. And then even though they've been like, they'll be special in defense or attack or whatever, probably defense, you flip them down, and then you can use the field spell or the trap to flip them back up and get their effects that turn. Obviously very, very strong. So yeah, that's it for spells. I think that is, let me do the math here, 15 spells. So on to the traps. These are still kind of in testing, but yeah, no, I think you have to play 3 Final Battle. I've seen a lot of people online playing to this, and I don't think that's right. This card, yes, it can be dead, but it's just so powerful, and it doesn't have a hard once per turn. So if you have 2 of these set, you could flip one up, activate one effect, and then flip the other one up and activate a different effect. You could chain them to each other. There's just so much you can do with this card. I'm still unsure, and somebody can confirm for me, but I'm pretty sure you can activate this in the damage step for the attack and defense boost. I could be wrong. That's effect number 3. If somebody wants to confirm that with me, I'm not really sure yet. But yeah, this card's so good. So you can change one Subterror monster, on the field to face attack defense position. That will then also trigger your warrior as well. It doesn't have to just be a manual flip. It can be any flip. So that's probably the best one you're going to be using, just because like you don't need to play that stupid Ghost Trick engine anymore, because you can just basically keep flipping this card up. It's obviously only once per turn, but yeah, so it's just so good. And then the other one's kind of a little less relevant, but it's still good. You can change one face-up Subterror monster in the field to face down defense position. So that's kind of nice, because like say that you special this face up, and then you want to flip it down with its effect, and then manual flip it, use the field spell to flip it back up, get its effect. You normally in that situation you'd be stuck with the card being in attack position, but now you can use the trap card to re-flip it down again, so you can flip it back up again on your opponent's turn. So that's really, really neat. And then it has the attack and defense boost, which is really strong. The nice thing about it, too, a lot of people I don't think have noticed, is that Archer becomes a 3,000 monster with this card, and Warrior also becomes a 3,000 monster. So something to keep in mind, this card just says attack and defense of one Subterror monster. It does not say Behemoth. So you can use this on Fiendess as well, and she becomes 13. A little less relevant, but the main thing is, you can use it on Archer, and she becomes a 3,000 attack monster, which is insane for a level 3. So yeah, keep that in mind. This deck has a lot of power. And then the last effect is this turn, activated effects of Subterror cards cannot be negated. That's amazing. So you can flip this up at the start of your turn, activate that last effect, and then just freaking go to town. And it's even better if you have 2 of these, because you can activate, do the first effect, the last effect that I just mentioned, where you can make it so all Subterror effects cannot be negated. And then you still, if you have a second one set, you can activate that one to like do the attack boost or whatever, because this is a Subterror card and they cannot negate it if the first one was activated that stops the negation. So that's insane. So yeah, I think this is a 3 of. This is like one of the best trap cards I've seen for an archetype in a long time. It's probably next to Cosmojo in my opinion. I think Cosmojo is still the nuts, but this card is so insane. I was worried it was going to be secret rare. I'm glad it's not. Play 3 of this. Have to play 3. Now, the last 2 traps I'm kind of on the fence about. These may come out for something else, but I am playing 2 Burrowing. I really like this card. I just noticed the games that you lose are when your opponent, like Raigekis, Dark Holes, or... Oh, man, there's so many board wipes right now. Black Rose, not really as relevant, but I mean, it's still a card. Thank goodness Exoton Knight's not around. But, I mean, yeah, Dark Hole, Kaiju Slumber, Raigeki are popular in the game right now. I don't think they're going to be as popular with the True Draco deck. I could be wrong. I'm not sure how effective those cards are against them. But this card protects against that. If they blind MST this or whatever, thinking it might be Final Battle, and they hit this instead, you get a search, so you can search out your Fiendess. Really powerful. And then it actually has a really good graveyard effect, where you can banish it from the graveyard, target one Subterror monster you control, and change it to face down defense position. So that's really powerful as well, because you can actually use it during either player's turn in that sense, because it's a trap. So say you flip up a Subterror Behemoth, they activate a card to like negate it, like Breakthrough Skill or something. Obviously not Solemn Strike because it's spell speed 3. But yeah, anything like that, then you can actually chain this from the graveyard, banish it, and then you... Oh, pardon me. Still recording? Yeah. And then you basically will flip your monster face down and the effect will resolve. So that's really, really good. So that's the main deck, guys. It's 40 cards. Like I said, these I'm not sure about. I may actually bump this down to 1 and play a Solemn Warning, but for right now, I think the only trap that's really necessary in this deck is Final Battle. Yeah, no strikes, no D barriers. I don't own them, but I don't think they're necessary. This is a combo deck, and it's just, to me, it's all about consistency, and those cards just add it. Yeah, and then for the extra deck, like, I don't have it finished, but like, yeah, you're gonna play like the two Super Dreadnoughts. They're definitely a necessity. This can just end games, And this guy is massive, of course, and he protects himself. So yeah, might as well make it. Just a 1 rank 7, big eye. Just because you could do 2, what's his name, Umastryx into this. And big eye is just such a broken card. 1 Terraforming. I think this is probably one of the most important rank 4s in the deck. Just for the fact that you can make it and it protects your Subterrors from being popped by Dryadents or whatever else. So yeah, this card's definitely a necessity as well. Yeah, and then you just use Castel, Diamond Direwolf. This can be replaced with Tornado Dragon, obviously. I still like Diamond Dire. Abyss Dweller, Vermilion, and then the 4 fusions I showed you guys. But yeah, I mean, you can just play whatever rank 4s you like, other rank 7s you like, Sulkin, Synchros, yada, yada, yada. So yeah, anyways, guys, that's the deck. Thanks for watching. I know it's 20 minutes, but I mean, I haven't made a video in so long, so hopefully you guys enjoy it. One last card I want to mention is actually Subterror Cave Clash. This card's fantastic. I think it's really good. It just sucks going first. But I may actually test this out. Because like I said, with the trap card, you can beef up all your little Subterrors. So he's going to do 3,000, and Archer, which I dropped on the floor, is also going to do 3,000. So I mean, your chances of doing battle damage to your opponent's actually quite high. And then that attack and defense boost isn't to be reckoned with either. It actually does make a pretty huge difference. A lot of OTKs potentially with this card. And I mean, the fact that it can add back the trap card, or it can add back Fiendess, which is probably the best thing it can add back, is, I think, worth mentioning. So I may test this more. I feel like 1's not enough. 2 would be the right number. 3's too many. So I may test out 2, but yeah, we'll see what happens. I mean, if it stays on the board and you just keep getting advantage off of it, you win. It just sucks going first. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and yeah, I'll have another deck profile for you guys up soon. Maybe Burning Abyss, or I don't know. You guys can actually comment down below. Request what deck profile you guys want to see from me, because it's been so long. Anyways, thanks for watching. Peace.